What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. All right, guys, we're going to a place called Iverson Hill, and it's on Mount Sharp. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, my good friend Neville Thompson had done this gigapan, and we have it right here, Iverson Hill. Unfortunately, we're not covering this, and I'll tell you why. What I'm looking at is these two so-called buttes in the background, and it's a shame. Because remember, we always talk about scaling, stuff like that. Well, we could look at this one here, and you can see it right here. Now, this is just a different angle of this hill, right? And you can see right here, it says the dark mountain called Iverson Hill rises about 16 feet, or 5 meters, above a redder layered outcrop material of the Murray Formation on lower Mount Sharp, Mars, near a location where NASA's Curiosity rover examined a linear sand dune in February of 2017. So not only do we have that, but it also states when you can go down here, you can actually see where the rover's actually traversed right here. And you can see that it's about 20 meters to the base of Iverson Hill, or 65 feet from it. So it gives you an idea. Not only is it 16 feet high, approximate, but it is also about 65 feet or 20 meters to the base of it. So it is a distance from it. And you can see right here, if you go down, right there, 1598 at the time. Now, you can see it right there, how it's, Pahrump Hills, all that, which has crazy stuff in that one too, by the way. But it's a shame because we're not doing that. What we're doing is, again, is these here. Now, these could be 150, 200 feet away. Now, would they be approximately the same thing, about 16 feet, roughly around there? Because obviously they look, lower or not as tall because it's a distance away. But obviously, the closer you get to it, the higher or taller it will look or the bigger it will get, right? Now, let me show you why I say I don't believe that these are buttes at all. Now, what I find interesting about this is it possibly have taken this, and this could be like some kind of weird structure, and of course, they just added on to it, whatever. But let me show you a couple things that are really wild about this. One, we go to this side here. Look at the outline of this piece right here. It goes like this, goes over here, has its point, goes down, and goes over to here. See that? You don't typically see that in the side of a butte or some kind of whatever this may be. And the funny thing is you have this outline, you can see it, right here. Look at the way it goes down. It actually has a cut. Like this is not solid here at all. Now, it looks like they dressed this up to be some kind of rock. It could be sand that they want it to be, whatever, right? But you can see that doesn't look normal, guys. That looks like it's been manipulated some way, and this is no butte at all. Let me jump over to this side. And you're going to see a couple inconsistencies that you wouldn't think would be natural, right? Perfect example is right here in the corner. The reason why I call this a corner, I think this is a corner of a structure. And the more we get into this, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Because this could be the side right here, and then it has this 90-degree angle. In other words, if you were up underneath it looking upward, you'd see this thing go like this, and then over to the front, or the end of this object, right? The reason why I think this is really bizarre is what does that has this weird piece like this here, but guess what? This thing sticking out from under it. And it's not one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe, and something right here that looks like it's kind of stepped. You see the way that does that? Goes around like this here, drops down, has this other piece, drops down. And you can see it does it the same way on the other side. See that? Looks like a little stepped, whatever that thing is. Like it's multi-sectional piece, whatever that is, right? Now, I'm going to bring this out a lot better for you guys in a minute. What I also find cool and interesting is that when you look at this face of this thing, or this slope, nice and smooth, within reason. But it also has a line running down. It looks like it stops around here somewhere and goes across. And you'll see that in a minute. Or it may actually go down to right here, goes like this, and it goes across this way. See that? Okay. That seems to me like it's a panel. Some kind of weird face to this thing, or some kind of outside casing to this thing, or whatever, or wall, outer wall, whatever it may be. That doesn't make any sense to me. We have something right here that's laying on this. Take note of what does this here. See this way it goes across. Nice 90-degree angle right here. At least it looks pretty darn close, right? What do you guys think of that? Right there. Goes down like this here, and then it has this opening, and then it slopes down. Again, we've got this line, and I'm going to show you that line a lot better. Appears to run over to this side. All right? And again, I don't know of any rocks that do this. This weird kind of thing that goes across like this, has this corner, and it looks like it goes off to this face of this, and it has these objects like sticking out, like something's coming out from under the layers, and it all seems to be pretty consistent as far as lengthwise. What's the chances of that? All right? And all of this other debris on this side, check this out. Look at this object right there. Looks like some kind. Now, guys, I get it, it's blurry, but it looks like some kind of little square thing standing off the side of this, like a protrusion. And we have this like U-shaped object or opening. See that? Comes down, goes across. Right there. These other weird-looking pieces. You can almost see like a darkened, almost like slightly ovaled area with two dark circles on top. Again, he's not very clear, and I get that. That's what sucks about these, but nevertheless, we can still pull this stuff out, right? We got this right here. Look at the outline of this said piece. Not sure what to make of that. Right there. We got an object right here. I'm not sure what to make of that. It's like a light white or like a reflective object. It has, see this like little line? Like a detail in it, like it has a round circle. Does this here? Look at that, guys. And guys, this is what I don't understand. We know if it is a butte, okay, parts are going to break off from the top and it lands over here. But it almost looks like this was a longer overhang and that this is all busted to pieces and fell down. What do you think? Because it almost seems like there's going to be only so much can break off of that right there. To have all of this, I don't believe that. And when you look at certain parts like this right here, going like this around, well, not around, but more of a square-shaped object right there. Some other pieces right there, like overlapping each other. Check that out. A piece, too. You'll find that he's in the bottom. Does this here. Comes down. Almost looks like a rectangular piece underneath this. And there's something else lighter right there. You can see that. And it looks like they just went over this with like darker, whatever the hell they did this and kind of block it out. See that? Let's have a better look at that. This is how big the photo was. And we only have it at, it's like 15%, right? Let's go ahead and make that much bigger. It's still at 15%. You can see it in the lower left corner. Now let's zoom into this a little better. Check this out. We'll go ahead and sharpen it up a little bit because it is in fact blurry. Okay. Trying to get a balance between not too grainy but not too blurry so we can see the details just a hair bit better. Pause this any way you like, guys. As usual, use your magnifiers. Here's that piece we were talking about earlier, right there. Make it blurry again, or to the raw photo, right there. All right. Again, we're seeing this here, and I don't believe this is... I believe this is some kind of structure. Let's brighten this up a bit. Have a better look. Check this out. You can start to see this line. I'm going to breathe this out a little bit better. This goes like this here. Kind of does this and goes off to the face. And again, we have these pieces peeking out of the bottom. What could possibly do that, guys? It'd be one thing if it was like one. You go, okay, well, you can have layered rocks coming out of other layered rocks. It makes sense, right? Check that out. Right? Let me zoom in a little bit. See that? All right. Bring that brighter. Now we're going to start getting into this. Take off some of the color so it's not as bright. Keep going with it. And I started to bring out more and more of these pieces or other details in here. And you can see there's more to it down on these rocks now. There appears to be objects there. Something's ghosted out right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. And now it is on a stitch line. You can see the stitch line coming down. But it's the object I'm talking about is right here. Almost looks like it's like standing up like a rectangular shape. And then, of course, it stops at the stitch line. But look at these other objects right here. They look like there's square openings right here, or rectangular rather. Looks like we have rectangular openings. And it appears to be like something right here. I'm not sure what to make of that. Something right here in the back. Almost looks like square, or something broken apart that's square. You see that up underneath there? Okay, brought it out a little bit better. Throw a little slight blur in there. Now, let's have a look at these other parts down here. Check that stuff out. Go ahead and sharpen it up first. Guys, to me, I'm seeing like obliterated parts. I'm not seeing just stone. I'm seeing what looks like parts have been blown to pieces, and it's just, that's what we're seeing, you know? And again, we've got this overhang right here, and it kind of looks like it does this. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it kind of looks like it does this, like it's an arch. See that? Am I just seeing that, or is that actually what that looks like? It almost looks like it has an arch shape. And even if it is not, let's say it's straight, and I'd be okay with that. My thing is, what is up here that all of this said debris fell down? Or, like I said, is it possible that this came out longer than that, and then it just broke apart and fell down? I don't know. Pure speculation, guys. It's just a question. We have something else sticking out right here. I don't know if you guys even noticed this. Right here. It looks like a round, sort of round base to it. Goes down like this. Goes like this. Has some other detail right here. I'm not sure what to make of that. Well, it kind of goes like this. But you can see this like piece right here, and this is going up and over. Of course, it's kind of sloppy, but you get the idea. Check that out. What is that? And it's pretty cool. Other objects in here. Look at the things that are broken apart. It's not just simple stone. You can see the shapes of these things, you know, like right here. Let me zoom in again. And these miscellaneous pieces in the back. Looks like something goes like this. Goes down. It's like some kind of square piece with an inner darker square piece. See that? Again, it looks like that's what we're seeing, guys. More obliterated structures, more things that are just laying here. Whatever devastation, it could be natural, unnatural, meaning they killed themselves off or whatever. A foreign body. So in other words, it wasn't something that happened on Mars. It's something that came in and invaded Mars, meaning an outer body, a meteor. I mean, guys, we have meteors all the time here. You know, here on Earth, and at least back in the day, we had very large ones. We have craters like the one in Nevada. It's like a mile wide. That you can bet a mile-wide rock coming into any planet is going to cause some devastation. Being Mars is smaller, we can only imagine. But again, we've got this series right here. Again, I find this interesting how this piece here, you can just see the line of it. I don't know if that's something they put there or whatever, but it goes like this. I'm trying to follow the exact lines. Goes down and goes like this. And again, this appears to be some kind of corner going like this. And we can see this line of this object running down, and you can see this piece going across. That, to me, shows us some kind of flat panel or outer casing of this structure. And then we have rocks and whatever else. It actually looks like there's something sticking out right here. Right there, very faintly. Looks like a square. Almost looks like it has a rectangular opening or whatever, and it's something very, very faint sticking out. You guys see that? Sharpen it up. Try to anyway. Let me back out just a little bit. You guys have a better look at that. What do you think, guys? Are we looking at nothing more than a natural structure here? I don't know. I'm not seeing a natural structure. There's too many inconsistencies of what we'd see in nature. Now, nature can work wonders, no doubt. But to me, there's just too many things, like most of these photos, that show something is intelligently been done or made as opposed to all being natural. And, of course, you guys get the last say. You know, guys know that. Let me know what you guys think. Let me go ahead and make this original again. Again, nothing done to it. Here it is. And you can see the difference from the raw, according to them, the raw, to enhanced. And you can see there's much more on this plate, but look how it looks so flat. And then there's things on top of it. Again, this corner. I believe this is a corner of a structure. What are we seeing here, guys? Is it all natural? Nothing more than just a butte? And it just happens to look like some kind of constructed object? Or is it an actual structure? Drop your comments and thoughts below, as always. Let me know what you guys think. like and please share. Always appreciate it. You guys know that. And guys, I'm going to leave a note when I drop this new moon photo, so you guys can check that out. It won't be very long, but check it out when you get a chance. And there you go. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciated. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.